Ever pondered over the majestic formation of the Himalayas? These towering peaks are not just a spectacle for our eyes, but also hold profound geographical significance. Guarding the Indian subcontinent against the frigid winds of Central Asia, their formation is a tale of tectonic drama and geological wonder. The mystery surrounding their rise from the ancient Tethys Sea fuels our curiosity, and the story is as awe-inspiring as the mountains themselves. So, are you ready? Join us on this captivating journey of how the Himalayas came to be. Imagine 225 million years ago, when all the continents were one, forming the supercontinent Pangaea. This colossal landmass was a unity of all the continents we know today. Huddled together like siblings in a family portrait, spanning from pole to pole, Pangaea was the epitome of geographical unity, a testament to the Earth's ever-changing face. But as we know, nothing lasts forever. Pangaea began to fracture and drift apart, a process kick-started by the Earth's tectonic forces around 200 million years ago. This continental drift, a slow and steady dance of the Earth's crust, led to the formation of distinct continents, marking the end of Pangaea's reign. As Pangaea broke apart, a significant event took place. A vast shallow sea known as the Tethys Sea was born. This sea, stretching between the drifting continents, was home to a myriad of marine life. But more importantly, it was to play a pivotal role in the formation of the Himalayas. You see, the Tethys Sea was nestled between the Eurasian plate to the north and the Indian plate to the south. Over millions of years, these two tectonic plates moved towards each other. The Indian plate, carrying India, moved northwards, while the Eurasian plate remained relatively stationary. The Tethys Sea, like a child in a game of tug-of-war, was caught in the middle. As the Indian plate continued its journey northwards, it started to subduct or dive beneath the Eurasian plate. This subduction process led to the closing of the Tethys Sea, with the oceanic crust and the abundant marine life it carried being thrust upwards. This colossal tectonic activity, a mighty clash of the Earth's crust, led to the formation of the Himalayas. The fossils of marine creatures found high up in the Himalayan peaks today provide a testament to this grand geological drama that unfolded over millions of years. And thus, the stage was set for a collision that would create the world's highest mountain range. So, the next time you gaze at the majestic Himalayas, remember, they are more than just a mountain range. They are a reminder of our planet's incredible, ever-changing geological history. The tectonic plate started its northward journey. This was no leisurely trip. It was an intense, seismic movement that was about to rewrite the Earth's topography in a dramatic way. Imagine two colossal slabs of rock, each thousands of miles wide, hurtling towards each other with the momentum of millions of years. This is the scale we're dealing with as the Indian plate, propelled by the churning currents of the Earth's molten core, began to close in on the Eurasian plate. This was not a silent, slow process. As the two plates collided, the Earth itself groaned and buckled under the enormous strain. The closure of the Tethys Sea, a vast body of water that once separated the two continents, was a cataclysmic event. The seafloor was crushed and compacted, the water displaced, and the once tranquil marine environment was transformed into a tumultuous battleground of tectonic forces. But from this chaos, something extraordinary began to emerge. The immense pressure and heat generated by the collision started to fold and uplift the Earth's crust. Imagine taking a flat piece of dough and pushing it from both ends. It buckles in the middle, creating ridges and peaks. This is essentially what happened to the land between the two colliding plates. The Indian plate, being denser and heavier, was forced underneath the Eurasian plate. The lighter rock materials were pushed upwards, forming a mountain range. But this wasn't just any mountain range. This was the birth of the Himalayas, a towering testament to the awesome power of our planet's geological forces. But the story doesn't end there. The Indian plate continues to push against the Eurasian plate even today. This ongoing tectonic activity is what makes the Himalayas the highest and youngest mountain range on Earth. The collision was so intense it folded and uplifted the Earth's crust, giving birth to the Himalayas. But did you know? This epic drama of nature didn't just stop there. The story of the Himalayas is one of constant evolution, a tale that unfolds even as we speak. You see, the Indian plate, that colossal geological actor responsible for the birth of the Himalayas, hasn't taken its final bow just yet. It continues its journey, moving northward up to 5 centimeters a year. Yes, you heard it right. That's about the speed of your fingernails growing. Now, you may think, well, that's not much. But when you consider the vast expanse of the Himalayas, this incremental growth amounts to an incredible increase in volume and height over the years. This relentless march of the Indian plate causes the Himalayas to rise about 5 millimeters per year. So every time you look at those majestic peaks, remember, they're not just static monuments of geological history. They're living, growing entities. Yes, that's right. The Himalayas are still growing. So, to reiterate, how did the Himalayas form? Let's take a moment to look back at the journey we've taken today. It's a story that begins in the distant past with the supercontinent Pangaea. As this massive landmass broke apart, it set the stage for the events that would eventually create the Himalayas. But before the mountains could rise, the Tethys Sea had to disappear. This ancient ocean, wedged between the Indian and Eurasian landmasses, gradually closed as the Indian tectonic plate moved northward. It's a journey that took millions of years, but in geological time, it was but a blink of an eye. The closing of the Tethys Sea set the stage for the Great Collision. The Indian plate, moving at a pace of a few centimeters a year, finally crashed into the Eurasian plate. The force of this collision was so great that it pushed the Earth's crust upwards, giving birth to the Himalayas. Yet, the story doesn't end there. Even today, the Himalayas continue to grow. Each year, the mountains rise a little higher, a testament to the incredible forces at work beneath the Earth's surface. And that, my curious friends, is the incredible tale of how the Himalayas were formed. It's a story of time, movement, and the indomitable forces of nature, shaping our world in ways we can only begin to comprehend.